Hi everyone, welcome to my scrap room. It's been a while since I've done a scrap room tour and I've made a few changes. The overall layout of my scrap room remains the same. I don't have all that many options with the space that I have, so I still have it arranged in a U-shaped space that goes from here, this is a kitchen island, along the wall there, which is my main workspace, and then along there. So it goes in that U shape, and then on the back wall, I keep my Jetmax storage units. So, and then I also have a closet that I share with our Christmas decorations, but the very front part of that closet is some extra storage for me. I also have a little teeny weeny bit of extra storage under there, that little wicker stand. So that's where I keep some extras like spools of ribbon and stuff. So, what I thought I'd do, I guess what I'll do is I'll start over here at the left side of my U shape when I'm sitting kind of here. This is my main space, so I always consider this the left, and then over here the right. So thought I'd start right here. This is an old kitchen island. It's from our old house, and I really like it because it's counter height, so I like to stand for some tasks, and it's perfect for standing and doing, like I do my Cuttlebug and any paper trimming that I do, so I keep my paper trimmers, one of them, and that's my travel one, so I don't really use that one very much, but I use my paper trimmer right there. So any kind of paper trimming and cutting, and sometimes I just kind of use that space for laying out supplies and kind of seeing what I have for a project. Oh, sorry, I wasn't focused there. So in that little wicker basket, I keep all of my wood-mounted stamps. I actually don't have many stamps, so there they all are right there. And I just, I really don't use them very often, but I do have a piece of paper that has every wood mount stamp that I have on it, so that I can kind of have a look at that and then kind of root through the basket to find the stamps that I need. This blue binder has my Cuttlebug dies in it, and so it's a good place to keep them because I actually don't use them very often. If I used them a lot, that would be a little cumbersome. I went through a phase where I used a lot of binders, and then I found I didn't like flipping through them. So the way my scrap room is now, most things are easily accessible except for the things I don't use very often. So this is the two Jetmax that are under my island, and they're really cool. What I really like is this one, because I had never seen this one before, so I bought it as soon as I saw it. It has this little cupboard on it, and I just keep my Sizzix dies. I don't have very many of them. I have, what, 3 of them? I have 4 of them. But, you know, maybe someday I'll have more. But it's kind of a good place to just throw things in, and then you can close it and it doesn't look cluttered or anything. This came with 4 of the baskets, and I keep one somewhere else, so that's why there's a little box in one of them. And what I really love about this unit, and I wish I had more of them, is that these pull right out. So if I want to use my colored pencils, I can just bring that right over to my table with me, then throw them all back in and put it away. Super easy. It makes for really good, fast, easy cleanup. So I keep colored pencils in one of them. I keep glitter or pearl effects in one, and this is all where I keep all of my glitter. So I don't know why these things are in there. And then this is where I keep my Cuttlebug embossing folders. So it's perfect size for keeping 2 stacks of those. I keep my Martha Stewart scoreboard right in between these two, so I can pull it out. Again, that's something I do at counter height. And then, like I said, I do my Cuttlebug here at this counter, so I keep my Cuttlebug right there. This is actually, by the way, this square table is a new addition. I got it over the holidays, and because I used to have just these 2 little stands, this gray one and then the wicker one used to be kind of beside each other, and I had these Jetmax on top of them. It was a little wobbly and not really great, and I didn't have any space in front of them to put this on, so this was over there and it was always getting in my way. So anyways, this table makes a big difference, but I pull my Cuttlebug up to here to use it. I keep all of my cutting mats and shims and embossing mats and all that stuff right here, along with another kind of variety of stuff. I keep my nestabilities, which is the thing I use the most in my Cuttlebug, right here. I've got, I think I've got about 6 sets of them, so I just keep them on these little magnet boards. I make these. I make them out of that really thin corrugated. Can you even see it there? No. Oh, that's because this one is on chipboard. Usually I make them on that really thin corrugated cardboard, and this is a sheet of magnet that you can buy at the, it's made for going through your inkjet printer. You can buy it at the office supply store, and then I just glue the white part down to the chipboard to make it sturdy. And you know, these are pretty, you know, they stick pretty well. I mean, you wouldn't, they do come off pretty easy too, so it's probably not a great way to take them to crops or anything, but it's a great way to store them at your own house. So, keep my cleaning supplies down there. And this is my little carousel, which isn't really organized very well right now. I got the ATG gun for Christmas, so I still haven't figured out the best place to keep that so it doesn't fall out. But these are kind of all my supplies that I use really a lot. This is my Stickles reference card. It goes in there. And so then in this is actually another one of those units that I like, but I didn't put, you'll notice there's kind of a place here for the hinges. I didn't put the cupboard door on it. So what that allows me to do, and it's upside down, so what that allows me to do is to keep my embossing powders and stuff. I have white, clear, and black, and then in the back I have UD and black UD. And then this is just my embossing stuff. I just pull it down if I want to. This actually is for my glue gun. If I want to emboss anything, I just I have everything I need right here, so that's really handy. The other thing that I like to keep handy is, I just have like markers and stuff in some of these baskets, but the thing I like to keep handy is this, which is all of my sponges that I use for inking and stuff, because I keep my inks right there. And so it's good to have this right here. When I'm done making my mess, I just throw all my sponges back in here and toss it back in there, and it's great. Some of these drawers have things like extra adhesives and that sort of thing, and then there's paint, but this is actually not nice paint that I have in these two drawers here. I keep my nicer paint somewhere else. So this is my Making Memories Embellishment Center, which is new since the last time that I did a video. And so I keep mostly embossing powders, glimmer mists, inks, and stickles, and paints, and that sort of stuff on here. And so this is how I keep my stickles. I keep them in a watch box upside down so that they've always got the stickly goodness in the bottoms. So that works really well for me. And I have every color I want, so I don't plan to buy any more, so this really works perfectly for me. I have my distress inks. I just put, when I get a new one, I just have these dollar store stickers that I just ink in the color, and I put them on all four sides, and that way when they're sitting on my shelf I know which color I want to grab. What else do I want to point out? Nothing really, that's about it. Oh yeah, I keep my Stampin' Up ink in this thing that it actually came in. It seems like it's supposed to be stored like this, but I don't really want to do that because I'm afraid that the ink is all going to go to the bottom. So I just keep it like this for now, and I've printed up so that I know this is from their catalog. I just printed it so that I know what the names of the colors are without, I don't really need that. I just had an extra one hanging around, so I put it there. Baby wipes, ink scrubber, and this is where I keep my stamps, right close to my ink. So I have my scrap room arranged by task, and so I have all of my kind of cuddle buggy stuff right here. I have all my messy work right here, and then I have my ink right over there, and then my stamps over here, so that everything is kind of handy. This is, I don't have one of those non-stick heat-proof roll-out pads that everybody has, so I just have this. It's not heat proof, so I can't do any embossing or anything on it. This is just like one of those shiny placemats from, you know, Walmart or someplace. And this is great because I can just ink my ink right on there and give it a spritz with some water and do any messy stuff right on this, and it just cleans up really easily with a baby wipe, so I really like that. I keep my stamps all in CD cases, and then so that I know what I've got, I keep this book where I just kind of keep the little, these are the little things from the packaging. So that way I know how to find my stamp. So if I ever want an image, I just kind of leaf through here till I find the image that I want, and then it tells me which case that one is in, and then I go get the case. So although many of them I just know what case they're in, so I don't have to do that. So that's that. Adirondack color washes there, which I got for an art class that I took. I keep my slice right here on that little bench and the design cards right beside it. I've got my Distress It All there, of course, and my guillotine cutter that my husband got me for my birthday. I have my punch rails right there. We installed the top one right after Christmas. So that gives me a bit more space to expand a tiny bit, but I actually can't reach the top rack. I'm only 5 feet tall, so I'm going to be keeping ones up there that I don't use all that often. So then this is where I keep just indexes of the slice card images that I have. So I have 12 cards, so they fit perfectly here, and that way if I need a slice image I can just find it, know what card it is, get it, use it. So it's all right here at my fingertips. I've got my circle cutter there and my circle cutter blade there. This is where I keep the books for my Cricut cartridges. I really like having the books, and I use them a lot, so I've got them in this little flower pot. They fit perfectly. And there's my Cricut, and I just keep the mats just mounted on the wall behind it. I've got my Gypsy, which I keep on a business card holder, like lots of people do. I use these Tim Holtz little clips to keep the cords from falling down there, because they would fall down there all the time every time I unplugged it, and it's such a pain getting the cords back up. So that solves that problem. Cricut utensils and my sewing machine, of course, and then here is Alphabet Central of my craft station. So I have my chipboard alphabets in that. It's for screws and nuts and bolts and stuff, and I have my thickers, and then I have my smaller letter stickers. So let's take a look at good old letter R. So here's all the R's that I have. So if I want to spell something out, I usually just like pull all the letters for the word I want, and then I can decide, you know, figure out whether I have enough pink R's, or if I want to kind of mix up the letters, I know what I have to work with. So there's that. And then these are this is all strings and threads and floss and stuff, and then this is accessories for my sewing machine. Thickers. I have lots and lots of thickers, and I also keep my alphabet stamps back there in their packages. And then I also have lots of tiny letters, so I keep them all in here. I like keeping my letter stickers in here because they were taking up way too much space on my Clip It Up, and I was going to have to buy another one if I kept it up. So what I decided to do was put them in here, and that way I just pull down the basket and leaf through it. And I love just kind of going through things super quick, pulling out the one that I need, and then shoving it back in when I'm done. So that really works for me. The top shelf here is mostly decorative. There's actually nothing in that basket and nothing in the box, so it's sort of room for me to grow because I was feeling like I didn't have much space. So we kind of shuffled some stuff around over the Christmas holidays just to make some room, and that basket is part of that. My lovely door to the utility room. And then we also put up this shelf right here, right after Christmas, and that basket also doesn't have anything in it yet, so that's another room for me to grow. I keep my flattish embellishments, so mostly stickers and rub-ons, but a little bit of chipboard and stuff as well in here. As long as it's not letters and it's flat, it usually goes on my Clip It Up, and that gives me a chance to leaf through and browse and see what I have when I'm working on a project, so I like doing it that way. Here's some projects I've made over the years, and this is my bucket of bling, so I keep anything blingy. I don't use a ton of bling, but I've got, you know, these sorts of things in there. This was really ravaged over the holidays because we were using some of these things for some stuff like that for some of the centers of my glitzy blooms, so I have to go back through that and sort it out. This is where I plan to put my Stampin' Up accessories and like embellishments and ribbons and stuff when I get them. I don't have that many. I've got like, what, 3 spools of thread right now and a package of buttons, and that's all I have. What else to say over here? I keep my scraps in the bottom 9 drawers of my Jetmax, and with those ones with the colored drawers are my scraps, and they're all sorted by color, of course. So if I want a blue scrap, I just come over here to this drawer, pull it out, and I go through, and so it's mostly blue. And then of course, you know, this one isn't all blue, but it does have blue as a main color, so I can kind of go like that. So that, I find I use a lot more of my scraps since I've been doing it that way. These are just like card blanks and envelopes in the back. These are cards I've done. These are deco scissors and weird tools that don't fit anywhere else. This is Mod Podge and spray adhesives. These are projects I've worked on and completed. These are kits that I've made for future projects. And then these are projects that I'm already working on. So this is some cards I was making from my scraps from Limericky. This drawer, actually it says jewelry, and it has jewelry in it, but it's not going to be that because these are all kind of, these need to be put elsewhere. Keep my buttons here. These are store-bought buttons in the middle, and then these buttons here are things I got from like grab bags at the thrift shop and that sort of thing. And then this is how I keep my flowers. I don't use many flowers, so I keep them kind of sorted by color here. And then I keep this pillar of white ones there. So, room to grow for this one. And then let's talk about paper. So I have my paper in these horizontal shelves, most of my paper, or some of my paper, and I've got room to grow, so a lot of these are empty and I'm not sure what I'm going to put on them. And then I have my Stampin' Up Paper. I've decided for now to do it by color family, so this is the Regals, this is the Brights, this is going to be the Subtles, and these are the Neutrals. And I put just that strip from the catalog, I printed up the PDF and just printed it on my inkjet printer, and I cut it into strips and put it here so that I know the names of the colors because I'm still getting used to them. Then these are my stacks of paper, so I have October Afternoon, I have Mind's Eye. This is really pretty paper, I love this. And then I have a couple K & Company. It's not really sorted at all, like I've got stuff I like and with stuff I don't really like anymore. I don't even know what some of this is. I've never even used this, and it's quite old, so I think I should use it soon. Oh, it looks like I did use it, there's some scraps. And I have this kind of craft stack, I have a Tim Holtz stack, I have a vintage finding stack, then this is all kind of just weird paper and manila envelopes, or I guess vanilla file folders that I use for scraps and stuff. So, and up here I have, this is basically crappy cardstock and more crappy cardstock. It's really cheap and I use it for my Cricut, and it has the solid core, so it doesn't have the white center that some of the cardstock I had before had. So I like to keep just an assortment. It comes in this rainbow of colors, so I kind of like that I can pick from a variety of colors and not have to spend a whole bunch of money collecting cardstock, so I like those. This is just the recollection stuff. And then these are kind of just specialty like glitter paper and metallic paper. This is more stuff for my ribbons, like thread and paper ribbon and stuff. I keep my ribbons on these ribbon, what are they called? Binder clips or binder rings. And so I just have it sorted by color here. There's a ring for each color. I keep a pair of scissors up here. And then these are kind of these are different stuff that I have. And then this is just a measuring tape that I keep here. I actually wear it around my neck when I'm scrapping. And then this is where I keep my paper that I like. And so I've got some sassafras and Making Memories and some basic gray, and like I keep them in these, and then I sort them by collection. So this is my basic gray one, and then this is just miscellaneous, and then this one is probably my sassafras. Yeah, it's my sassafras, and then I've just got that stack stuck in there because it's sassafras also. And this one is all Making Memories. So, and I need to buy more paper, and this is American Crafts cardstock, which I like. So I need to buy more paper because I'm so sick of my paper, but I'm trying to use as much as I can before I do that. I keep my ribbon scraps right here on this dress form. I find I use them a lot now that I've got this. And then this is just, oh, that goes over here. This is just one of those card books that I made. Everybody has seen these before. They're all over YouTube. So I just made myself one because I was trying to use up that collection. This is one of the K & Company, I think, paper lines. So I wanted to get rid of it, so I made that. In here, like I said, it's mostly Christmas decorations and bins and stuff, but this Sterlite container is all kind of like overstock. I've got some ephemera and bind it all stuff and extra stuff and extra stuff and then storage stuff. So it's all kind of, and then instructions and I don't know what else is in there. So there's that. This is where I keep my scraps until I get a chance to sort them into these little drawers. And I think that's it. So I hope you enjoyed looking at my scrap room and the way I have things set up. Oh, down there, by the way, is where I keep my paints, my kind of like my artist paints. I'm not an artist by any stretch of the means, but I have some paints, so they're in there. The other thing I didn't mention is that I keep just some extra boxes here with extra supplies, like that's my Halloween stuff. And then I have these. This is just a giant cake box, one of those sheet cakes. The cake didn't get any icing miraculously on it, so I just kept that for my daughter's birthday over a year ago, and I've been using it for glimmer mist. So whenever I'm glimmer misting something, I just pull that out. It's just kind of a huge sheet of cardboard, and I glimmer mist on that. So that's that. And then I use that white poster board for when I'm doing photos, just to have a white background. I have two of them, and I set them up. I set one up horizontal and one vertical. One vertical and one horizontal to have a background, a neutral background for pictures. So, thanks for watching!